Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to New York Outcast. This is a cover show for Rick's Life as I See It. Some of you may be aware, obviously, if you're subscribed to me, you're probably to him, or vice versa. Maybe, possibly. But if you are, if you're here, if you're catching this due to Rick not having his, basically, Rick's cat passed away. His second cat, I guess, his first one passed not too long ago. Another one just passed recently, and he's taking it some time off, I guess. So um, that's basically what's going on. That's why this cover show is here. If you're not aware, Rick doesn't usually have a really structured show. Covers some general topics and things get off the rails sometimes here and there. So that's probably what's going to happen here. No guarantees how long I'll be here, who's going to show up. There is invites out there. If you got one, you're welcome to join in. Other than that, thanks for showing up. And the panelist I do have would be Squibload.
Who's got 15 tabs open on his computer trying to make a thumbnail. Yeah, I've been kind of neglecting my channels, so I've got a little bit of time before I have to get ready to go to something. So I'm kind of multitasking by jumping on here, so somebody's here, and trying to make some stuff for some really short, pointless videos on a B channel that nobody watches anyhow. But I'm good with that. Thanks for the invite.
Well, no problem. I wouldn't say, yeah, well, I can't see, I don't know what your numbers are or whatever. And you won't tell us some of your other channels. So
I won't.
That's on you. So
yeah, it is. No, and that's on purpose. I'm not trying to like engineer myself for failure. I want this to happen on its own. Either people find it, and I know the way YouTube pushes stuff, they're not, if I don't push it. I get it. But I'm not like everybody else trying to do this for money or anything. So I'm trying to do this my way, and it's an experiment to see how it works. But I got to tell you, I put a lot of time into it. I don't get a lot back. That's fine. I actually did push a subscriber away yesterday. They pissed me off, and I told them what I thought. And then, what do you know? My subscriber count dropped by 1, so I'm pretty sure they unsubscribed, which is fine. Whatever. Although somebody did like the comment, so either another YouTuber saw it and go, "Yeah, that's the way I feel too," and liked it, or was that you? Or was it? Or did the person like it and then unsubscribe, which makes no sense. I don't know. For those who don't make videos or do live feeds or jump on as a panelist or any of that stuff, it's a whole different world. It doesn't mean that we're better or anything else like that. It's just different. Once you get on this side of the glass, which some people don't want to do, and that's fine, or some people are afraid to do, don't be afraid. Jump in. We won't, whatever. But once you do it, don't be surprised if you like it so much you stick with it.
Yeah, it took me a while. I watched for, I don't know, at least a couple of years before I ever participated. I can state that. So, but yeah, it can be fun in a way, and in another way, it's kind of a somewhat of a record for later. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean that, like, I don't know, with kids, things like this later in life, there's things, yeah, I don't know.
So
you can kind of get to know somebody somewhat through videos. Some of us, obviously, some of us are as fake as can be online. Some people are as real as they can be without getting themselves in trouble online. So take that for what it's worth.
You bring that up, and that's actually one of the reasons why I do it, and I don't really talk about it. But since you brought it up, hey, what the hell? There is a record that I am trying to leave behind for my own reasons, and I don't want to get into that because that's a personal side of me I just don't want to get into. But I learned when they pulled down NEA's channel or did whatever, and he's literally deleting video after video to try to save his channel or something like that. And he's on a live show while he's deleting stuff off his studio, right? This is before I started really getting into it to the point where I understood what that took. And he said, I'm literally deleting 8 years of my life. That really weighed heavily with me. So I said to myself, I'm going to make sure I have a backup copy of most of the stuff I do or all the stuff I do. If you look at the videos I make on my channels, there aren't a lot that really say a whole lot about me, but there are some. And it's a record for, yeah, whether you can find it online or whether you take it off my portable hard drive after I'm long dead. It's something I am leaving behind. And like I said, there's personal reasons for that, but it's just something that I don't want to get into. So I've heard other people say stuff to that effect, and I get it. I totally do get it.
Yeah, well, I can't speak for your household or the average household nowadays, but growing up as a kid, there was always the family photo albums. A lot of that switched over to digital stuff nowadays, and I'm still, if I could have it my way, I'd have the old books. But can you lose them in a fire? Sure. Can they get water damage or something? Sure. If you don't do them properly, photos can get stored. But it's kind of nice to go back through with kids, point things out, stuff like that. Some of that's kind of lost, things like that. So it is kind of nice to have some type of a record in some ways, even some family events here or there. I know it's not necessarily to put out for the world, but to have something, for your own records in a sense. So, but yeah, it does suck, I guess, like the case you're speaking of with NEA, where you're dropping down a bunch of stuff like that. And, yeah, it is. I don't know. You can go through, I guess, the majority of a video, and because you said one thing or one thing popped up, it's a problem, and you would lose all that. So it is kind of a crappy deal.
And some people save everything out on the cloud. They save it all on YouTube. And when it gets deleted, because YouTube takes it down, or you delete it in order to save your channel or whatever it is, it gets lost forever. Now, before I started watching, or I should say jumping onto live shows and then eventually making my own videos and stuff like that, I would actually download the videos as MP3s and then put them on my phone and listen to them while I worked. I really wasn't set up. Back then, things were a little bit different, and I really wasn't set up for this and that. I actually had an MP3 of the live show where G-Webs came up with Every Second Matters. And I pulled that and I uploaded it as a video with, I don't know, a background or something like that. And I just cut out that section of the show that he talks about it, and I posted it because that was one of the ones that NEA deleted. It's not out there anymore. And I had a digital copy of at least the audio, not the video, which is just their avatars bouncing back and forth talking, right? It's nothing different than what we're doing right now. And I overlaid the audio onto something. I can't remember. I just something for a background and put that out there. So you can download stuff. You can save stuff. I just happen to do it only because that was the way I was listening to shows back when I was listening. And I still listen at work and stuff like that. But there is some preservation. The downside is anybody can download this stuff. So if, like later somebody was to run for president or something, they could be like, even if you delete it off your YouTube channel, if somebody downloaded it or somebody dug, they could find it. That is the downside of it. But there is something to say about preserving your legacy or preserving. I've been around for a lot of things, gun channel type things, and it's been kind of nice to be a part of it, or at least be involved or where, but I haven't been around for everything. And it's just, I don't know. It's been kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah, it can be fun. I think at times, the back and forth. Sometimes, recently I got kind of called out by DM Foss. Guy even had the nerve to say, what was it? Bitch ass MMP. Like, what? So, of course, so that dragged me in. I got stuck, threw out a video on that, kind of a joking video on his and whatnot. So, but sometimes it can be fun, stuff like that. Or communication in a sense, information. It's nice to have resources because let's face it, none of us knows it all. So sometimes when you're caught off guard somewhere or something comes up, you got a resource on hand, and that's really what matters. Can you get the answer in a timely manner? So some of that is almost priceless. Whether you use it or not is up to you, and what types of relationships you have with people. But it is there. So that is another cool aspect of doing this, at least in my opinion. So say
Yeah, we're able to network out, meet up, get together, do things. If you don't know something, you could simply send a text or something. Hey, man, what do you got on this? Or sometimes they're not available to answer back right away. So kind of, I've had people text me while they're at a gun show or something like that, and I get it later, and it's like, oops, But yeah, it is good to share all that. All right. Unfortunately, I gotta go. I gotta get ready. I got some prior obligation, but I just want to say thanks for doing this makeup show. People out there in the chat, let them know you like this stuff. We need to see more Outcast live.
All right. Well, take care, Squib. Stay safe. Eat a salad. And we'll see you around, I guess.
Yep. See you around, Outcast. Right. Bye.
Yeah. All right. It's the biggest this screen's ever been in here. So I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to do. I was, like I said, trying to fill this slot. I see some people have showed up. There's a counter there saying like 12 people or something. So I can try to entertain you some sorts on my own. Although not really an entertainer, but any questions out there from the people we got in the audience? You can see we have, let's see, Two Live Moo is out there, Misfits Darling, Patriot in the Dark, Kingpin, GMC Texas or TX, Artac and Daughters, Vanessa Kitty, Tim S, Squib Lift, Squib Load was out there too. So let's see a question here. Oh, somebody's trying to start trouble or what? The new 2.0 metal. I guess that's a good question. Being an M&P guy, I guess, or I think it's kind of cool. I haven't seen one personally, put my hands on one. I would like one. I can tell you that already. I'd like to add one to my collection. I even think the color is kind of neat. Kind of distinguishes it apart from the other M&Ps. So I think that was probably a good move on them. Maybe they should offer it in all black later, but at this point, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I've heard people say they're 5 years too late to the game or whatever. I don't know. Either way, the gun looks good to me. I'd like to try one. So I think the added weight would probably maybe help with accuracy a little bit. Not stating there is any problems with accuracy, but it's just what it is. Heavier guns are easier to shoot in a sense. So I would definitely like to check one out. I looked into the MSRP of them, and I don't know what they're actually selling for, but they are a bit higher than the polymer frame ones. So kind of got to question a little bit. Is it justified amount higher? I don't know, but it doesn't seem unreasonable. So I'd still like one, but I wish the price was, a little lower. I'm gonna be honest. So, well, that's pretty much my thoughts. I can't really speak for it. I'm sure the gun runs. I wouldn't see why not. Being an M&P, and sure, it probably comes with a lifetime warranty as well. So love to get one at this point, but I would be very shocked to see any locally anytime soon. And if you did, the price probably wouldn't be good. So everything seems to be more money in New York behind a gun counter. I don't know if it's the shops have a harder time getting guns, or they got to pay more, or people don't want to deal with New York. But even my compact 22, I paid a lot more than what they were selling for online to actually get one. So yeah, I don't know. So I'm sure I wouldn't like the price down there. Yeah, and like I said, some people would say they're far beyond, it's 5 years or whatever too late. Now that I see G23 in here, I'd add, where's Glock's all metal pistol? I'm just being a prick. But basically, that's pretty much my thoughts on that new M&P in metal, so the 2.0. Looks good to me. So if anybody's, just needs a reason to burn some money, by all means, you're welcome to send me one to the FFL, all legally. I can give an honest opinion, but I'm not going to ask you or beg you to. But if that's your thing, I don't mind. All right, let me check these comments here. Do I think it should just be in plastic? Plastic. Polymer? I know polymer is a plastic, but not all plastics are polymer or something along those lines. No, I think you should be able to have the option. Why not? Would I hate the company or M&Ps if you didn't have the option? Obviously not. I own them, but at the same time, I wouldn't see why they couldn't go all metal. I think it would kind of make sense to have the option to go either way, because there's a lot of people that just don't like plastic guns and blah, 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 blah. So this is a perfect opportunity to pick up that share of people in the market and introduce them to what they're missing with an M&P. Let's see. Dang, girl, you're going to say pretty? Like, that's going to kill it. Like, you can't say it's pretty. Thanks. Check comments. The perfect salad, man. That's a tough one. First thing you got to do, the most important thing, is wash everything. Your hands, your utensils, all that stuff, your vegetables. You don't have to wash the cheese, but all the stuff you're throwing in there, wash. That's the most important thing. And have some Italian or garlic, some type of dressing around, not just that Kraft ranch stuff, please. All right, let me see here. Something your thoughts on having to do a background check on ammo in Yorkville. Yeah, it's pretty crappy. So I'm currently trying to stay up on the laws, which has been an issue here. A lot of people don't know. The cops don't know. Like, the locals will tell you one thing, state troopers tell you something different, the sheriffs tell you something different, and then a week later they'll post something else up in the local news or whatever. Like, so you don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, websites come out recently covering, or they've had information on a local website recently covering some of this stuff. That is one of the things they said is going to be done, although people don't necessarily have a method of doing it yet. So from what I'm told, shops are supposed to like take a notepad out and write down your information like as you buy it. So I don't, the whole thing sounds sketchy to me personally. I think it's all crap. I believe there's some lawsuits up on this. They asked for a stay or a hold on it, but the judge denied it and they rolled it out anyway. Although there is still currently a case up for this. So hopefully this type of stuff gets stopped, because honestly, I think it's ridiculous. For me, I can easily drive to PA. There's obviously other states you can go out of state to purchase ammunition from, but not everybody lives near the border. And should we have to do that for our privacy? No, I don't think so. And is there going to be limits set to this next or what? I'm sure they're going to, you buy 5,000 rounds and you're a terrorist now, or what's going to be the deal? I don't really know. So definitely not a cool thing. We'll see how it goes. So, crappy deal. New New York gun laws. I'm sure there's a list of them. I mean, honestly, I know of a few, but excuse me. But any new ones, I know there's some up, but again, these were people thought they weren't going to roll through, but they rolled through now. Honestly, I don't know for sure what's what, so I don't want to, say something prematurely. So, but I'm sure there is, unfortunately, because for some reason they think, with the people that don't follow the laws now are going to magically follow this law. So I don't know. It's really just hindering the honest legal people that jump through a million hoops to get their permit in our state to begin with. I mean, statistically, we're more checked out and verified than most people across the country. I don't understand it. So tack on more BS because we're the ones out there, doing drive-bys or robbing gas stations or, shooting our neighbors' dogs. No, that's not us. Like, I don't understand this, but we're the ones that got to suffer for it. So. Did I send G23 a link? No, I didn't send his ass a link. He didn't ask for one either, but I didn't send him one, so. I don't think he wants me on his shows no more. So, I don't know. I talked about his birthing sock sandals too much or something. Now, I don't know. I don't think, I think I rubbed them the wrong way, metaphorically. So, I don't know. Let's see here. Just checking the comments. Okay, so now we got another holdout. So it doesn't just have to be metal, but it's also got to be hammer fired. So you can't win them all, different levels of stuff, but that's probably a small percentage that just ain't gonna do it. So not sure what you really have against striker fired, but if you definitely would be a conversation, I'd like to have with you at some point. So, or just here, get into. Let's see, Caesar salad. Caesar salad is pretty good. Do I toss the salad? Usually the lady makes the salad. So, yeah. Salad is salad. It's not any kind of code or nothing with me. Just do what you want and don't tell nobody. Yeah. I can't state, but it's the new laws on the sensitive areas. It's already been a problem. So yeah, but I guess apparently, so if somebody gets a permit for an event, even whether you're aware of it or not, and you're just walking down the street and you end up in their event, that's a sensitive area. So uh, anybody in New York, I'd say, make sure you're concealed well, because one corner you might be fine, and then halfway down the street you could potentially be catching charges. So uh, that's another aspect I'm not happy about, because it would, I don't know. I guess if it's a private event in this private area, but right on a public street where I got to go by anyway, like I think that's kind of a trap. How's the average person supposed to know if they're not part of that event? How are you supposed to know that? You know what I mean? I just don't. It's ignorance of the law. You got to check for events every time you go out your door now. I don't know. There's more stuff I hope gets dealt with, but yeah, I say I would never publicly advise people to break the law, but do what you got to do safely. Yeah, it's me. It is me. Don't tell nobody. Trying to catch up with the chats here because that's really all I got going on. Invite people that want to show up. They don't want to put their name in this. I might have read it. I don't know. But you know what they say about brilliant minds, I guess. So hey. Personally, I'm not going to disagree with you, but again, publicly, say I don't want to end up in jail tonight, so I'm not going to, but make your choice. I've got lines, certain things I'm just not going to do, but I'm not going to brag about them or or get myself arrested for it. So you do what you got to do. You take those choices in your hands. Although I will state in New York State, these big crowded areas, that's exactly where you need a gun, like a lot of the time. So I don't know, like don't think a crowd next to you is gonna save you or do something. Like they'll whip a phone out and record you, but the average person they ain't gonna help you. And it was a so and so in a hoodie. That's all they. Sure, cameras. Yeah, everybody looks the same. Running around in the evening in a huge crowd with a hoodie. I can tell you. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't depend on others. That's all I'm going to tell you. But good evening, Ozzy. So if you didn't know, we were joined by DM Foss as well, the Scotsman, Ozzy, PN Woods. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate that. Let's see. Stop those Amish drive-bys. Oh man, I don't know. I ain't got no problems with the Amish, man. Honestly, some of it's kind of respectable in some ways. So let's see. Still get Link and don't show up. I don't know. Maybe I'll stop by. We'll see what's up. I got to be honest. DM Foss out here. I was half tempted to steal your topic. Now I wasn't gonna like hijack steal it. I was gonna break it off a little bit. Like the end of the world was tomorrow, and you only had $100. What would you buy right now? What are you lacking? What would you buy with that $100? But I don't want to do that. I don't want to jack your topic frame. So We'll forget I said that. Let's see. I was going to take a nap, but I ended up. It's all morning. Oh, yeah. I wonder who won. That would have been some good video there, bud. So, and I deal with a lot of bees and hornets and wasps, whatever. Dealing with siding, roofs, gutters, all the time, basically. So, um, some people just don't deal with that. Normally, I got an understanding. Like I'm just there to do a job. I'm not here to harass you. Sorry to mess your day up, but I got stuff to do too. And normally I can get right through it. A lot of times I do remove them if there's like a hive or something on the, an Eve or something like that. I'll just get it out of the way and stuff because most customers would prefer I do. Although, but normally I leave them alone. They leave me alone. There has been a couple jobs where I have been stung like crazy. What are you gonna do? Run around screaming, fall off a roof or something? Suck it up and keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? You can stand up there and slap yourself like a maniac, but that ain't really doing much. Definitely helping the image for the company. So uh, basically, try to get through. So obviously, if you're allergic, that's different, totally different. For me, I would just push through. I will say there was a roof I was doing, and I came across these. I think they're hornets. Uh, they were white and black rings on them, and they were the most aggressive bee species I've ever dealt with. I mean, these things, man, they put up a fight. They were trying to box with me, straight up attack me. Like, they didn't care that you were hitting them. They were still fighting. I got stung. I don't even know how many times. My arm went numb. Like, it's like, that's never happened. Never happened. But they had to get the job done. You know what I mean? Honestly, I backed off at that point, and it was about the end of the day. Came in the next morning and just jumped to that first. Got that section handled and got through without getting stung a bunch again. But so kind of sucks dealing with bees sometimes. The spray does work, but it makes a hell of a mess on siding. So don't spray that on vinyl siding. A lot of them will say it's fine. It's not fine. You'll see where it's staining the hell out of it. So um, yeah, just be careful with that stuff. So let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, yeah, in a sense. They want to do their own way. That is respectable. It's a good time to buy an AR pistol. I'm not the guy for that. Honestly, I don't know. I hear prices have dropped. I haven't bought anything recently, so that's where I should start this, for one. And for two, in my area, that would be real tricky to begin with. Um, but they have weight limits on what they consider to be a pistol with my state. And the last I knew, an AR is not going to cut it. So needless to say, can't really give good information on that. End of the market, if it's a good time, if prices are right, uh, that would definitely be a better question for somebody else. So I'll move on. White faced hornets. Okay. Maybe the lady looked them up. Don't know nothing about them, but they were mean as hell, and I give them respect. They're small. They pack a punch. It's no other species like made my arm go numb. Like I don't know what the deal with that was, but it's weird. Let's see. Oops. Scrolling pretty quick here. overrated perp. I need more on that to know what you mean by perp. Unless I'm having a brain fart, I'm not sure what you're saying if you're speaking to me. Bold face orange. No idea. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But those things are not cool. Yeah, they weren't interested in an understanding. They just wanted to kick my ass. There was nothing to it. So unprovoked, just wanted to kick my ass. That sucks on the eyelid. I seen my dad at a barbecue. I never knew he was allergic. Obviously, I was a kid at the time. Didn't think anything of it. We're outside eating burgers or something, and the thing landed on the burger. And as my dad took a bite, and it got him on the lip. It was. I feel bad saying this, but he would laugh too now. But man, his lip blew up like a cartoon character. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. Like, I thought it was gonna explode. Like, it was just like 4 or 5, 6 times. It was like that weird stuff some of these girls are paying to do now, where they got an ass cheek in her face or something. I don't know. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. So some of that could be a problem. I mean, you get stung near the neck or something, and you're allergic like that, you're probably going out. Not cool. So I guess he got lucky. He got his lip, but can definitely be a problem if you're allergic. What's up, Ghost? Thanks for stopping by. Just doing a little cover show for Rick. Trying to. So let's see. Try to catch back up. Dang, I was way off. So. Just someone needs a tan. You should get with Daniel for advice. Yeah, that guy was scared of the tan off. Like, I don't know what he was worried about. It's not like I work in the sun and up on roofs or anything like that, or got some kind of cheat to it. I don't know. But he was scared. It's typical. Oh, preps. That's what. Okay. Okay. Now I get what he was saying, but I lost the question. Okay. The most overrated prep, I guess. Okay. I'm thinking here. To me, the most overrated. I guess that's a good question. I don't know what everybody does, in a sense. I don't know. I can't think of one specific thing in a sense. I would state as a whole depend on gadgets or gear. I think knowledge is the most important thing. When your gadgets and gear are busted, broke, stolen, lost, couldn't afford, shit don't help you. You gotta have other ways. Maybe you're not an expert in these ways, but it could be done if need be. You've done this a few times, you've practiced it. Depending on a little gadget, that would be the most overrated to me. Only having one source or something. Now I don't mean 5 gadgets. Sure, 5 gadgets are better than no gadgets, but in the end, if it's lost, stolen, whatever, you still got to get by. It's like doing basic math, in your head or on a piece of paper or with a calculator. Well, you don't have that calculator, you still got to come up with the equation. You still got to do your job. So you should be able to show your work in that sense. And I don't want to sound like a teacher or something, because that's everybody will just leave. I know, but You know, you should be able to back up some of this stuff. Granted, I've got big lighters in my bags everywhere. I'm always going to go for a big lighter, but you should know or have, other stuff to be able to start a fire with. You should have that knowledge. Knowledge can't be taken from you, in a sense, typically. So that would probably be my question. I can't think of a specific item, but hopefully that makes sense. See if I can try to catch up a little bit here. So I apologize if I'm late to your comments. What's up, Razor? Let's see. My landscape remove goals performance next. Basketball. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen some big nuts. I'm not a expert, but usually with those, I just move them quick. Like quick, I'm in and out. Like don't play around. Just get it done. Like there's no foolproof way unless you're gonna go get wrapped up in something. Just get it done. Moving quick, and I see a lot of people just drop them right where they are. And if it's small, I've done that, but I try not to do that because they tend to just linger around there. And if it's a customer's property by the garage, nobody wants to deal with that. So, if you got a garbage can or something, just, knock it, catch it, and go. And just take off like you stole something and get rid of it off on the side. So yeah, it can be a little tricky, but um, yeah, unfortunately, it's what we got to deal with. And she definitely didn't. She's not a fan of the piece. As a matter of fact, as soon as they acted the way they were with me, I told her to go. I was like, just go down and I'll do this. And then it got to the point where I got up and left, which has never happened before. But when my arms started going numb up on the roof and they were still attacking me everywhere, I thought something's not normal. I should probably get off the roof. So thankfully, it was the end of the day. Let's see, so again, I apologize if I missed some comments here, trying to catch up with some of them. So I know it's kind of awkward just seeing me read stuff on the side. Yeah. Rick's I don't know where he is. He's probably home. I don't know. So I know he lost his other cat. So people take things differently. Rick lives alone. His cat's for his companion. He just lost one not long ago. Just lost his other one unexpected recently. So he's taking some time off. I don't know what he's doing. Whatever. I guess I can understand it in a sense because whenever you experience a loss, even though we all may see pets or people differently or whatever, you don't want to talk about it your whole day, and everybody would be talking about sorry, but this and that or whatever. So basically, I just decided to do a quick fill-in show. Did send some links out. Squid was here for a while, and he had to run. Some other people couldn't make it, so probably be a hour show here. So I'm struggling along at 43 minutes, I think, but just a little fill in. So I wish Rick luck, but I will state, there's people that, pet's a pet, but sometimes pets are better than people, man. I'm just being honest. They're more loyal, more respectful. I don't know. I was shocked when I lost Marvin, one of my cats, because I've experienced some crap in my life, a lot of loss and stuff I don't talk about and really don't even want to think about. But I was shocked when I lost our old cat Marvin that I didn't even want. It kind of hit me hard. He was a cool cat, man. Every animal's got a different personality and means something different to the individual. So what I mean by that is there's people that it didn't affect me that bad that I've known. Is that right? Is it morbid? I don't know. I like the cat more. I don't know what to tell you. So I feel bad for Rick, but hopefully he'll get by. You know, this type of stuff. The only care there is no care, time. You know, that's all I can say is yeah, time helps with things like that. So wish him luck. Rice and beans. Yeah, I think you kind of bring up a point there. Now, I would argue there is some families. I know I grew up eating a lot of rice and beans, more than I ever wanted to eat. To the point I wouldn't even eat it for the longest. Now I'm craving it again, and I'll never get it like I used to get it in the past. So, but we tried, but it ain't the same. So, if it's not stuff you're really gonna eat, what's the point? And it does take water, and you got to heat that water. Water needs to be purified too. So you got to kind of think all the way through. But I would definitely recommend getting stuff you will actually eat, and I'm guilty of that right now. The other day we were just looking for a last minute dinner idea. I said something about pancakes. We didn't have any up here. She ran down to our storage, we'll say, pulled a box out, and I don't know where the hell this came from. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know if I bought this at Aldi's because I'm very picky what I get stuff from what, and I don't buy much from there. It's just I got a long story on that, but whatever. I don't know where this came from. This is the worst stuff I've ever tasted. Like I don't understand how this stuff's for sale. Like and it's pancake mix. How do you screw up pancake mix really? Like you know what I mean? It just tasted horrible. It was horrible. I couldn't even eat it. So I'm glad I found out now. Like that should never be in my stuff because I'm not going to eat that on a good day. I really don't want to eat that on a bad day. Would I eat it? Yeah, I would eat it if I was starving. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'd be pissed that I'm eating it when I had a choice prior. And what did I say? 30 cents or something? I mean, give me a freaking break. I don't understand it. So get stuff you're actually going to eat. I definitely recommend that, and know the process of what you're going to have to do with it. So, sorry, I'm probably way off from the chat now and everything, but yeah, damn, what a shame. Yeah, the cat's probably hit Rick hard. He's just been him and his cats for a long time, so. Let's see. Trying to check some of these other things. I see Scotsman maybe send some links. I could, but I figure I'm going to end it here shortly anyway. So I'm not one for sitting in a chair like this. I need to figure out how to do it on my phone, honestly, because that's probably really what's holding me up with these chats. Unless I'm working on something, estimates, whatever, something involving money, I don't like sitting at a desk. I don't like doing anything like forever. I don't know what you call that or whatever, but I'm not a factory line type of guy. I got to stay moving. Even when I'm sick and messed up, I'm pacing the halls and stuff. Sitting's no good for me. So if there's a goal or something to it, that's different. But I don't know how guys sit on here for 4 hours, and don't have hemorrhoids or aren't 800 pounds or what's going on. I can't do it personally. Everybody's different. I mean, no disrespect, but I don't like sitting in this chair on my ass. I'd much rather be up, mobile, multitasking. So, thank you. So, like I said, I've probably got about 10 minutes, and I'll end this. Just checking for any more questions on anything. So, let's see. Doesn't want to have people join. Sure, I do. Sure, I sent links out, man. I sent them out. What am I gonna do? Have you come in here like 10 minutes, 9 minutes before I cut out of here? Come on now. Come on. You ain't showing up late eating my food and then taking off. Don't worry like that. What do you guys think of that new Smith and Wesson? I'd ask that because since I was asked, you guys think it's a good, looks good? You like it or what? Thank you, thank you. American made company that appreciates and supports Second Amendment. Yeah, you don't see that every day. So what do you think? No horrible comments from G23 or the M&P haters about the new M&P? Is there a reason they shouldn't make a metal one? Nothing? You guys got nothing of that? All right. Well, chat slowed down. Yeah, I'm out of stuff. I'm not one of these solo people, I guess, out here. So I'll start to wrap this up. But I got a question here. What price would it take to get into a Glock? Yeah, I don't know. I've owned one in the past. I think they should be like, 300, 325, something like that range, personally. I think that's the price, decent price for them. I know that, if you go by the story of, they're basically double what they initially, what the guy was trying to put out for. Slice that off because there's going to be a little inflation and time and whatnot. So yeah, I'd say around that $300 area, I think would be about right personally. But I could even state the same for the M&P. I think it might be a little cheaper, but at least I like the M&Ps. I don't hate Glocks. I just like the M&Ps better. Just me. So I don't know. So like I said, it's the I don't like the fact that the owner himself wanted it cheaper, and then people want to jack the price up. So, I mean, I know there's two ways of doing business in a sense. You can charge a lot, sell less, work less, or whatever. I guess that's, I don't know what you're doing, or you can go by volume, where you're giving it out as reasonably as you can and doing a lot of it. I guess I don't know, maybe Glock mastered the sales aspect with the police and all this type of stuff, and how they did things or whatever. But I just hate knowing I'm just paying extra for something just to pay extra for it. I'm a cheap son of a. It might be that way with my M&P in some case, but at least they can come out and tell me, we're charging you double because we feel like it. Like that, just what the hell, man? Like I got to pay an asshole fee or something? I mean, what's the deal? I don't know. I don't like it. So, which is maybe a little bit on that 2.0 with with the MSRP feeling, but I'd still consider buying one of those. Excuse me. All right, I'm way off in the comments again. Let's see. I'd buy one of those new M&Ps. Cool. I think they're cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, this is coming from a Glock guy, so I don't know, man. Whew. up there, I think, you know. I know, I hear people are getting them, so I don't know what they're getting them for. So I haven't looked into things that far. I would assume it's probably a little less, but it's up there. Let's see, scanning through some stuff quick. Sam of Anarchy showed up out there. We got the Gun Snob. That's funny. That's funny. Hey man, I'd take a free lock. I just don't want to buy one. So if you really don't, Scotsman, that's on him. But I'd take another one. So I have the 22, I think, Black 40. That's one I had. Yeah, doesn't have to be 40, whatever. G19 works. But yeah, anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's been about an hour. I do appreciate everybody stopping by. Do wish Brick luck there. I'm sure he may acquire another pet shortly. Whether he should or not, I don't know. But got to have some type of company, I guess. So do wish him luck out there. I'd like to tell all of you, to eat a salad. The thumbnail is what I'd like to call our famous cucumber salad. Although it's a lot more than cucumbers, with homemade Italian dressing, or not like homemade, but you got to shake it up yourself at home and stuff. Oh, stuff is great. So you should eat something like that salad on the thumbnail. It's good stuff. You won't regret it. So, but yeah, other than that, everybody, have a great weekend. Do something active, eat a salad, stick around with us. So thanks for coming by. I appreciate you guys stopping by and, saying thanks for doing a show, stuff like that. Do what I can. So I can't cover them all the time or whatever, but today, I had the opportunity, so I thought I'd do so. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So eat a salad, and I'll catch you next time.